In the gallant days when history hung on the flight of an arrow or the slash of a sword, when feudal barons ravaged the countryside to live in pomp and splendor.
It is truly colorful, exciting, fascinating entertainment every minute of the way.
Moonsea Adventures.
Hello and welcome back to the Moonsea Adventures. It has been almost 2 months. Has it been almost 2 months since we played, guys? A lot has happened in the real world, but not that much has changed since we left off in the previous episode. The group had ventured forth into the Thar, a vast wasteland of swamp, in search of the lair of a black dragon, who, by several accounts, could be an adult black dragon and possibly a rather historically well-known black dragon by the name of Cherna, who, based on what you were able to gather from your meeting with Morsis Ohm, may be responsible for this invasion of the small town and coastal town that you guys originated from, the town of Flan, which apparently had suffered much through the plague, similarly to Melvaunt and Thentia and perhaps other port cities along the Moonsea, though you are not sure the extent to which the plague reached. But you have been told that Cherna's minions, a tribe of kobolds, successfully invaded Flan, and you're not really sure what's going on there other than, you know, that whatever survivors from the plague had been in Flan have now been subjugated by the kobolds, who have claimed that town. You ventured north, rather than choosing one of the options that Morsis Ohm had laid out, which would have been to actually try to go liberate Flan. Morsis Ohm was going to try to rally reinforcements to do that, and you guys chose rather to try to find the stronghold of Cherna in the Thar. So after days of travel, you guys found an area, a region that seemed to be indicative of the presence of this black dragon. The land kind of became shrouded in a thick fog. There were lots of insects and flies and sort of a smell, a sulfur sort of smell in the air. You were able to take advantage of Harley's familiar, Murmur, to kind of scout ahead. And Murmur was able to sort of scout through the fog and indicate to you that you're maybe about a mile away from this ruined keep that he believes might be the citadel that you were looking for. And as you guys had found a dry spot in this swamp, nightfall had arrived. And I mentioned to you that your water supply is precariously low. So you find yourselves, it is night. It's by all accounts relatively quiet. There are lots of sounds of nocturnal animals and insects in the area. And there is definitely a light blanket of fog, even where you are now, though you know that further to the north, it is a thicker, deeper fog that Murmur uncovered. So I would like to know what you are doing. Are you camping? Are you lighting a fire? Are you going to take turns on watch? Are you going to be sleeping and trying to get a long rest in?
Well, actually, I'm pretty blind without Murmur in this darkness, so I think we should nonetheless make the camp. Maybe without fire. What do you think?
Are we cold at all?
The temperature is starting to drop. Okay, so like I'll say that it's like 9 o'clock. It's definitely night, and the temperature is starting to drop. I will say that it also, there's not a lot of ambient light like from the moon because there's a lot of cloud cover up ahead. and overhead. So, I mean, it's unless you have dark vision, you really can't see more than like 10 feet around you.
Okay, Syllar, just you are the only one who can see in darkness, I presume.
I can.
Oh,
There's two of us.
so you or Ushun, can you come with me, just for a little bit?
I'll come along. No problem.
Okay.
I'll
Okay.
go.
Okay.
You gonna be okay here, Syllar?
I'll take along with Ushun. No, not Ushun. The other one.
Harley.
Harley.
Okay. Well, we need to get some water, you know? And I've heard about this technique. I don't know if you know it, but it's like a well in the soil, and you dig the hole and let the water seep through it. Maybe you can dig some hole, and we may try to taste the water if it's okay. We're really running out.
May I roll a survival check to see what I know?
Yeah, I would say that both you and Syllar should probably make a survival check roll.
I don't know much about these things.
Yeah, well, Wood Ranger, I'm fine. With a 19 on survival.
18 on survival.
So, yeah, both of you are fairly certain that if you dig a hole, that it will fill with water, but it'll be the same putrid swamp water that you're surrounded by. Can you drink that water? You
can drink?
You are fairly certain that if you drink that water, you will likely get sick.
Yeah.
Without doing something to it.
Yeah.
Right on the board, could we boil the water?
We'd have to light a fire.
Because of the circumstances that you're in, I will ask you this. Do any of you have a tinder box with flint and steel and oil?
I have a tinderbox.
So if you have a tinderbox and you have oil, then the only thing that you're missing is dry wood.
Well, I have torches, I have a tinderbox, and I'm probably sure, and I have some oil as well.
Yeah, I've got some extra tinder boxes. So
I
don't have to use.
I have those nobility clothes. We can make fire of them.
So,
wouldn't last long, but
if any of you want to try to find dry wood, I will actually require you to make a survival check for that, because you are in a swamp and most of the wood is damp and or rotten, but the rotten wood is often also damp. So go ahead and make a survival check to see if you can find dry wood.
Well, if we can make a fire, we can dry the wood before we put it on the fire.
Yep.
Would help some.
Okay, Syllar and I make this roll.
Yep.
I have a 12.
Okay.
Hang on. Okay, I've got a 19.
Okay. So it takes you guys conveniently, both of you have dark vision, so you're able to kind of move around and search for dry wood. You gather enough to get a good fire started. And with your additional fuel that you have, some of your oil, and if you're willing to burn a cloak to get the fire going, Syllar is then able to dry out some wood by just putting it around the ring of the main fire. So you guys get a fire going. So all told, by the time you scrounge everything up, it's about 10 o'clock at night.
Anyone got a shovel?
Not at all.
I'll just dig a hole. I'll just dig a hole with my hands and.
Okay.
I'll sacrifice one set of nobleman clothes for the fire.
The fire keeps you warm as long as you're near it. And you guys could definitely kind of circle around the fire on this dry little island of land that you found, such that you can all stay relatively warm.
Yeah.
Now,
I'm gonna wrap up in my bedroll.
Okay. Do any of you have a mess kit of any kind?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say I'm gonna try and cover the top end of my cup, filter in some water, then just boil it over the fire.
Okay. So about another half an hour goes by. You get some water boiled thoroughly. There's a lot of floaties at the top. You kind of skim them off, then you boil more. But you're able to kind of boil enough water where each of you could sort of fill a cup or two with water. It doesn't.
May I help somehow with the prestidigitation to at least make it taste good?
Sure. It tastes sort of like a mediocre tea.
It's okay.
So you guys, but by say it's like 10:30 now, you're frankly quite tired.
I'm not drinking that water. I'm putting it in my water skin. I'll wait till morning to take a drink.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Constitution saving throw.
Basically, we'll be boiling water until the fire dies out, or we don't have enough fuel for the fire.
Okay. All right. So to the man
9.
Request, a 9. You drink some of the water because you're thirsty.
Okay.
To the matter of rest. So how would you guys like to do your sleep?
Well, I only need 4 hours of meditation, so I'm fine for probably 2 sessions of watch.
Okay.
Might take the first and last watch.
Okay. All right. So everyone else sleeping while Syllar's on first watch?
Sure.
I'll try to.
Fantastic. Time to roll a D20. Go ahead and roll for me, Syllar. Tell me what your result is.
Straight up D20?
Yep.
All right, 7.
Okay. First watch is uneventful. Other than Ushun snoring, you don't hear anything, you don't see anything. You at some point see like a turtle swimming by just off the little edge of your island. But bugs, that kind of stuff. A lot of flies, a lot of mosquitoes.
I was going to say I'll be using my spyglass as well.
Okay. With your dark vision, you're able to be very efficient and kind of search all the nearby water and areas, but you don't see any threats. The first shift goes by uneventfully. Second shift.
Who am I kicking awake?
Yeah.
I'll do it.
It's your choice.
Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That
will be Angler that I'm kicking up.
Okay. Angler, you awaken, and
I'll hand him my spyglass. Although probably without night vision, he's not doing too well with it. But still.
Yeah, so you have about 20 feet, which is enough to cover the island and the immediate water around the island.
I still use it and just look like I know what I'm doing.
Excellent.
Stargazing.
Well played. Go ahead and make me a D20 roll.
Perception, I'm assuming?
Nope. Just a straight D20.
Just a straight D20. A 2.
A 2.
A 2. It was almost a 20.
That is interesting. Okay.
Sounds like interesting.
All right. So now roll a perception check. You're doing as you're doing. You're kind of looking around, and then every once in a while you'll pick up the spyglass.
13.
13. Okay. At one point, you see that the clouds are kind of moving through the sky. You see the moon, and way up in the sky, you see something fly overhead. It seems to be going actually back where you came from, like to the south. You just see the silhouette, like this dark shadow flying across the moon heading south.
Does it look large or like a bird?
No, it looks what's the best way to describe this? I would say that it looks huge.
Go to over to Ushun and nudge her awake.
Okay. Ushun, you are sleeping blissfully, and you wake up. And
what? What? I grab my halberd. What?
I'm gonna point to the sky and like hand her the spyglass.
Okay.
Where am I looking?
Random
Where
voice.
am I looking?
In the sky.
Okay. Do I see anything? I don't know where I'm supposed to be looking.
Yeah, you look around for a moment and you see, just leaving, heading south, this rather huge flying form way up in the sky, hundreds of feet in the air, and you watch it head south, occasionally flapping its wings. And it, after about a minute, it is gone from your sight, kind of disappeared in the night sky to the south.
That was probably the dragon. Thanks a lot. I guess I don't know what we're gonna do.
You throw some of the additional wood onto the fire because it's kind of getting cold, and starts to burn, and it starts to warm up. Syllar, you see Syllar in his trance, just like his eyes are half closed and he's sort of staring out into space.
Yeah, I think we saw the dragon go overhead.
He doesn't respond.
That means that it isn't in the lair.
Gonna write on the board, like, do you want to go to the lair when it's gone?
It might be a good idea. Let's wake Harley. Don't bother Syllar right now. Harley, we just saw the dragon. No, not quite yet. We just saw the dragon go overhead, heading south. So it isn't in its fortress.
Oh, we can sleep there. But it's about a mile ago.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking we could.
Yeah.
Harley, I was thinking we could go and quickly scout it out and get some information and then leave before it comes back.
Okay, will you let me sleep? Okay, good night. Have fun.
Okay. Angler? What are we gonna do?
Just gonna write on the board. I can't see.
Well, tell you what, you stay here. I'm gonna go as far as I can safely go. Scout around if I get up to the fortress and tell these guys.
Okay, so you're grabbing your stuff and going north?
Yeah, I'm just grabbing what I need. The club the glaive, putting on my armor.
Okay. All right.
You know,
About 10 minutes later, you start heading off north. You are making your way through the swamp, and it's almost unavoidable. You splash into a lot of different wet, like mud pit kind of areas. Are you trying to be stealthy?
I'm stopping every once in a while to listen, and then I move on. I'm not very good at stealth, so I'm not even going to try.
I will then have you go ahead and
like maybe half speed or something.
Okay, go ahead and make a survival check, because you're kind of moving through difficult terrain, and you make this check at normal, not disadvantage, because of dark vision.
Okay, 14.
All right. You feel like you're still heading north, and as you're going north, you get about a half mile north, and again at kind of a slower pace. You notice that the fog is way thicker. Like, you only have 20 feet of visibility, even with your dark vision, because of the fog.
Are there plants on either side of me?
There are plants everywhere. There's swamp plants, there's occasional trees, though very sparse. Big tufts of like tall grass.
Good. Okay. I'm going to grab a bunch of grass, leave it in the ground, but tie a knot in it.
Okay. Roll me a D10. This is so fun. I'm so excited that I finally get to use this table.
Great. Okay, that's a 6.
Okay, fantastic. You finish knotting the grass. And you're turning back, presumably what? Are you going back to the camp, or are you going to continue on to the north?
Well, I'm going to move 2 steps in the direction I think I need to go, and then I'm going to look back at the grass.
Okay, the grass is unchanged. As you look back at the grass, you hear something moving. Sounds like it's kind of moving through a watery part of the swamp. Like you hear, when you hear like something moving through water, how it doesn't make like a splash, but it kind of makes like a lapping of the water.
Am I standing in water?
No, you're on a little spot of muddy ground.
Okay, I will ready my halberd and I will wait.
Perfect. Roll perception.
Perception. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay. Nat 20. Amazing.
Okay, good. You have advantage on initiative. Go ahead and roll initiative with advantage.
Okay, so
you hear the sound of the thing that was moving through the water start moving faster, and you turn and you see a humanoid figure emerging from the water with a spear coming at you from about 20 feet away. So you get advantage on initiative.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure you're going to win because I just rolled a 2.
Well, my first roll was higher than that.
Okay.
And my second roll wasn't. 5.
All right. So you turn and see something that you have not actually encountered before. You see a humanoid with kind of a long snout, almost like an alligator or a crocodile, and kind of like a scaled body and face. And it's coming at you, and it looks like it's about to throw a spear at you. Your move.
Wait. Ushun Blackheart.
Are you trying to intimidate it into waiting?
No.
Or
No.
persuade it into waiting?
I'm just holding my halberd at the ready. I'm not pointing it at him. I'm pointing it across my body. I just say, my name is Ushun Blackheart. I am a traveler.
In what language are you saying this? Common?
Common.
Make me a persuasion roll.
Persuasion, which is really good. Okay. Nat 20.
Okay. The creature stops, but has the spear like ready to throw. And in sort of a wispy voice, it says, in its very broken common, it says, "Why you here, orc?"
Scouting.
Scout for who?
Melvant.
That is an answer that this creature might not have expected. He's still holding his spear at the ready. And he says, "Who serve in Melvant? You."
Night Lady.
So you don't have your weapon raised to attack, right?
No, it's held
Okay,
defensively.
just defensively. All right. He doesn't lower his spear, but you see his posture kind of calms, and he says, "Who, Night Lady?" Night Lady serve Cherna?
No. She is leader of humanoids, men, women, elves maybe, half-orc, people from Melvant, survivors of the disease.
He says, "You come to Thar by self? Lone?"
No.
Is survivors other to here?
There are 3 some distance that way, and I point with my halberd. They are very tired. There are soldiers coming to take care of the great evil. I saw it fly south, so I decided to come here and look while it was gone.
He says, you speak of Black Dragon.
Yeah.
Cherna.
Yeah. I hope I didn't speak ill.
He says, you not safe here. You go back to Orc friend camp.
I want to study the area for information.
You see again, he seems confused. He's like, study.
Scout.
Scout for foods. Friends are
For-
sick. Friends
For
of Orc have plague.
no. Scout for defenses, weaknesses, way in, way out.
He says, you come to help kill dragon?
Yes.
He says, He says, not good at night.
I know.
Must come when sun.
Yes.
Make
Dragon.
me a insight check.
Yep. Good at that too. Seven.
He says, no, come when moon. Come when sun. He says, Orc, go back.
Dragon now gone.
He says, no understand. Orc, go back. Not safe. And
Okay.
he slowly backs away. He lowers his spear and he backs away. And he says, Orc, go back. Not safe.
Name. Who you? Ushun.
He says, Ushun Orc?
Blackheart.
He says, don't know what is. Ushun Orc.
Yes.
Viz. Yasterka. Viz is
Yes.
Viz. Ushun
Liz-
Orc. Viz.
Lizard folk.
Yes.
I have never met lizard folk.
He says, not safe, Orc, go. And then he turns, he's backing away. So he's not like just turning his back on you. You could tell that you could tell that he's very defensive, but he's backing away into the water and like kind of into the fog shroud. And he says again, he's like, not safe, Orc, go. And then he backs away.
Well, I'll turn around and go back.
Okay. Smash cut back to the camp. So, Angler. It's been about 20 minutes, and Ushun's been gone. Syllar is still deep in his trance, and Harley has fallen back to sleep. Make me a perception check.
4.
Okay. Other than the sounds of bugs, and there are a lot of them, and a lot of mosquitoes, but if you sit close enough to the fire, it kind of keeps the bugs away, but you don't really hear or see anything. Another half an hour goes by, and then you hear a sound coming from the north, like a kind of a sucking sound, like a squish, squish, squish through mucky ground. And then when she is within about 20 feet of you is when you see Ushun now returning. Her boots, everything up to her knees are soaked in swamp water and mud. And she returns and kind of climbs back up onto this drier spot little island that you guys are on.
I sit down, take off my boots, take off my socks, grab a stick or two and hang them up around the fire so they dry, and stick out my feet toward
It
the
is
fire?
it is cold at this point.
Yeah, but
You add a few of the remaining drier pieces of wood to the fire.
and I wrap up in my bedroll.
Yeah, and you do all that, and you see Syllar in his trance. You see Harley sleeping, and Angler is looking at you curiously.
Yeah, Angler. I went north, and I was about to go into this area of deeper fog. So I decided I'd kind of mark my trail. So I was tying a clump of grass into a knot so I could find my way back. And then this creature came up, lizard folk. We talked for a bit, and he said it's not safe to come at night. And he told me I should go back. His name is Viz. I had a little trouble speaking, but I didn't try any orc on him, but he knew I was an orc. I probably could have spoken to him in orc, but you don't happen to know lizard folk, do you?
I'll shake my head and say no.
Draconic?
No.
Okay. Well, there you are then. That's what I saw. I didn't get too close. I just turned around. He seemed quite insistent that I leave. So the fog seems to be denser the closer you get to the keep. So that's all I saw.
I'm gonna say in Syllar's voice, going back to sleep.
Hang on. He didn't mind us wanting to kill the dragon. And I told him that there were you guys and a force coming up from the south. And we were gonna try to take the dragon out. He seemed okay with that.
Right on my board, what if he was lying?
You know, I have no way of knowing. You know, dragons are a menace to everybody. You know, it's just we take our allies where we can find them. You know.
Do you still have the spyglass?
I don't have the spyglass.
Okay.
I didn't take it with me. It's
Okay.
useless to me.
I'm gonna start looking through it again and act like I can't actually see anything.
Okay, well, I don't know when your watch is done, but I guess you could wake me up when you're ready to go to sleep, okay?
Well, remember that you haven't had any rest yet because your first rest was interrupted.
Yeah.
She slept while Syllar was on watch, right?
Well,
And Syllar woke me up.
he's got to do his elf thing, you know. So
Yeah,
don't.
but I mean, isn't that?
Yeah, that would count as a short rest.
Okay.
You know, whatever. I'll
just
wake
point to
me up
Harley.
again when something happens. I'll tough it out, okay?
Okay.
And I flop over with my feet toward the fire. Pretty soon.
Yeah, you go to sleep pretty quick. The next 2 hours pass uneventfully, unless there's something specific that you would want to do, Angler. It's same as before, just the sounds of night, bugs, that kind of stuff.
Just boiling as much water as I can. Well.
Yep, you successfully boil a bit more, let it cool down, put it in your wineskin, fill up other people's wineskins. And your shift is ended. Who are you going to wake up?
Harley.
Okay. So Harley has, with the exception of being briefly awoken, which doesn't detract from your overall rest, you have completed a long rest. And Angler wakes you up. Proceed with that.
Gonna shake Harley.
Okay. I'm awake.
Hand him some nice warm water.
Oh, thank you,
Boiled,
friend.
of course.
You should take some rest. Ooh,
Hand him the spyglass,
Oh, okay, I'll need that.
and then I'll go lay down.
Okay.
Okay, I'll do the exact thing like Angler did. I'll just look like I belong there.
All right. Roll a d10.
Okay. It's 10.
Magnificent.
I don't like the sound of that.
The first hour of your watch passes uneventfully. I will say that it has gotten cold now. It's the middle of the night. And you are running low on firewood. You have no fuel to add to the fire. You could try to look around. You have you could use one of the torches that Syllar had laid out, so that you have light if you wanted to look around for dry wood. But otherwise, the fire is going to burn out.
Actually, I have a few torches that I'll probably use as the firewood.
Okay. That'll give you some more burn time. So you add the torches to the fire.
Yeah, I got like 8 of them, so.
Okay. You keep the fire going, and you're kind of doing the thing where you pretend that you can see at night. You pick up the spyglass, and at one point, off to the east, you see a little bit of light through the fog. And then you see another light about 10 feet away from that. And they seem to be like kind of moving. But I mean, we're talking small lights. Like, you think maybe it could be like a candle, not a torch. And then the light goes out, and then the other light kind of moves over a few feet, and then that goes out. And this is about 50 feet away to the east.
Okay, I'll try to look at that direction just to determine if it was some kind of will-o-wisp or if it really was a candle. And I'll try to listen very carefully for any kind of footsteps of turning over water.
You don't see any lights anymore. Make an Arcana check.
Well, that was strange. Okay, I have 22.
You see another light pop up. This time seems to be about 20 feet out into the water to the east, not far. And it looks like a candle light kind of floating through the air, and then it goes down to the water and it disappears. You feel like you maybe have heard of a will-o-wisp, and you're not quite sure what exactly it is, but you seem to remember something about them being able to use invisibility.
Well, I wish I had Murmur with me right now, but no such luck. Well, I'll try to pick one of those burning torches, like in the direction where I saw those lights, and try to like look if there is or is not anything at all.
You walk kind of a little bit towards the edge of your island. You're holding the torch.
Oh,
you see from probably over 60 feet away, again to the east, you see a light kind of pop up and glow and move a little bit, and then another one pop up and glow and move a little bit, and then they wink out.
okay, I'm certainly not going there. This is much more safe. And we have a dragon to fight. Well, I'm not going there. No, 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 no. Harley, stay there where you are. Ooh, creepy.
Roll initiative.
Okay. Oh, shoot. I have whole 6.
Okay. As you were thinking this to yourself and kind of you're like, ooh, I'm not going to go there. You feel a shock, and this light glows out from right by your feet. And you feel 16. What's your armor class?
15. Oh, 13 without shield.
16. And you see this sort of strange glow light up, and then you feel a pain as you are shocked for 8 damage.
Oh, shoot.
And you see this sort of tiny little spectral force, this like little glowing, green glowing light kind of radiate that electricity off of it and shock you.
So it's not like something physical?
No.
Okay, I won't be calling for help just now. I'll try to shoot my Eldritch Blast somewhere where I presume there may be some invisible creature.
Roll.
I presume it's with a disadvantage?
Nope, not if you're shooting the one that's down by your feet.
Okay, it doesn't matter. It's 10.
That does not hit.
Don't you have 2 of them?
Oh, actually, yes. So the other one is... Ooh, much better. 19.
That does hit. Roll damage.
Okay. It's 10.
Okay. The blast seems to have an impact, and the thing kind of pushes back. It then floats over to the trancing body of Syllar and shocks Syllar. Oof. Syllar, you are awoken from your trance, and you take 7 lightning damage as you are shocked by this spectral and ephemeral force. You see now, as you're awoken from your trance, there's this weird glowing thing kind of hovering just above the ground, sort of between you and Harley. You also see 3 or 4 other little flashing lights about 60 feet to the east. And they kind of look like candles floating through the air. And they're sort of hovering across the swamp and the fog towards you guys.
Okay.
Okay, I call for everyone.
Okay, Harley, you call for everyone. That's
incoming.
I'll give you a free action. What's your attack and moves?
I'll try to move a bit closer to the hovering light, but not more than 5-10 feet. And I'll just again try to shoot that.
Okay, blast away. Roll. And are you concentrating both of your blasts on one of them, or are you splitting them?
Well, actually, I'll try to split them.
Okay.
And I have 25
yep.
and 26. 26.
Okay, 2 hits. Give me the damage.
Okay, the first one is 14, the second one is 6.
Okay. Syllar.
Yep.
You were trancing, and now you were awake, and you got shocked. You see one of these things floating pretty close to you, like within melee, and the others are out in the swamp to the east, but hovering through the air towards you.
All right. Having just come out of a trance, do I even recognize what it is?
No, but you saw Harley shoot out and blast, and you saw these like a little electrical sort of sparks happen when he blasted at these floating lights.
I'll try and grab my bedroll that I'm in and try and throw it over that flaming sparky thing.
Okay. I'll have you make an athletics roll to see if you can effectively use your bedroll to grapple it.
Net 1 for 6.
That still might defeat it. Hold on. They don't have a really great strength. Oh my god, really? I rolled a 16, so somehow it just darts away right before you're able to dive on it with your bedroll.
All right. I'll do a second attempt with it.
Okay.
That's 2 attacks. If there's also an athletics, that would be a 19.
That will succeed. You have thrown your bedroll around / over it.
How big does it form? How big a bomb does it form under it?
A very tiny bomb.
All right. Can I smash it? Still within my turn?
Sure.
Just try and ham fist. Is that an unarmed strike? Would be 16.
You smash at it, but it's moving. It almost looks like it's trying to move out of and escape from your grapple. All right. Harley. One of the ones that came at you flies towards you and shocks you. AC 19 for 3 lightning damage.
Okay.
The other one flies towards Syllar, who's not wearing armor, and for 24 to hit for 12 more lightning. And the third one flies to the sleeping Ushun. That's a 20 to hit for 7 damage. 7 shockaroo.
Well, that wakes me up.
Yep, you're awake and Angler's awake. Top of the round. Harley, you're up.
Okay, I'll shoot 2 of them.
Okay.
And it's 22 and 24 to hit.
Yes, hit. Damage?
14 and 12.
14 and 12. one of the lights goes and just blows up into a bunch of sparks. Syllar, the one that you have captured is literally moving through your bedroll to escape. Like it just, like ghosts, effectively like a ghost, like moves through the bedroll. You're up.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna use my last slot and cast Hunter's Mark on it.
Okay.
Let's see, and then I'm gonna. Can I try and bundle up my bedroll so it isolates the creature, so it can get away and then smash it?
I will say make an insight check.
Insight. It's a 7.
You feel like it somehow this trying to capture it, that it doesn't have the impact that you want. Like you get a sense that it could move through an object, including your bedroll.
All right. I'm still gonna try and smash it.
Okay.
And that will be +5, dirty 20.
Okay, that hits.
Unarmed. Let's see, that's another side, so it takes 3 points of damage. Probably plus a D6 for my Hunter's Mark. And it takes another 4, so 7 damage in total.
And the Hunter's Mark, is that mundane magic? Is it, in other words, does it amplify the damage type of what you're attacking with? Or is it magical?
Let's see, it adds bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing damage.
Okay.
So I suppose this case it would be bludgeoning.
You smash through this thing, but you feel like, again, because of its sort of incorporeal form, it doesn't really have an impact on it. Angler, you're up.
If I grab like my bow from my bag, would that be my action?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'll grab my bow. And you have to attack to do a bonus action, right?
No, you can use a bonus action.
Actually, wait a minute. Okay, yeah. I just did my turn there.
Okay. Ushun. There's one right next to you.
I see it floating in front of my face.
Yep. Crackling energy around it.
I go, and I cover up my head with bedroll.
Okay. Yeah, they're now emanating bright light. Like it's you have bright light from all, well, one of them's dead, but the other 3 are all emanating bright light. And they are now rapidly kind of darting around through the air. Let me see. The first one zooms up to Harley and sweeps by and tries to shock Harley. But AC 14, does that hit?
Well, I have 13 plus 2 for the shield, so if that counts, no. If that does not count, yes.
I will say that it counts for you because you were on watch. Everybody else was sleeping and probably didn't have their stuff ready, but I'll say that you have it. So you kind of just like jump back with your shield and the sparks fly from this thing, but you avoid them.
Okay.
The second one will shock Ushun again with a 21 to hit. for 8 more lightning damage.
Shoot.
The third one will shock Syllar, 21 to hit for 9 damage. And again, every time they're shocking you, this like crackling lightning kind of shock energy happens, and they also, you know, have this bright light for like a 20-foot range. Top of the order, Harley.
Okay, I presume there are 3 others?
Yes. You're certain that the one that you blasted for the second time, it blew up into like a shower of sparks.
Okay, I'll try to shoot 2 again, 2 different ones.
Well, there's the one like flying around you.
Yeah.
Then there's one by Syllar, and then there's one that's right by Ushun.
I'll try to hit those that are further of me.
Okay. All right.
And it's 19 and 25.
Yes, hit and hit.
And it's 13 and 10.
Okay. The 13 explodes another one. The 10, it definitely hits, and the thing kind of like flies back a few feet, and some sparks come off of it. All right, Syllar, you are up. The one that was attacking you is now gone, but there's one by Ushun, and there's one flying around Harley.
Yeah, probably figured out that these don't do well for physical attacks, and it seems like the magical attacks work. And I have none of all that, so I'll probably just be trying to dodge and maybe use my bedroll to defend myself.
Okay, defensive action, duly noted. Yeah. All right, Angler.
The one that Harley shot with his Eldritch Blast.
Yes.
The 10 damage. I will shoot it with a bow.
Okay. Fire away.
Yeah. 14.
Your arrow seems to go through it.
Alright, I will throw a side dagger at it. 10. I missed.
Yes. It sort of deftly flies out of the way, zipping around through the air. Ushun.
Okay. After that one shocked me, I'm gonna spring out of my bedroll and just try to pummel it with my hand. And let's see that. Okay. Not that I'm just mad. I'm calling it all kinds of names in Orcish. That's a 25.
You feel like you hit it, but it just kind of like your hand sort of goes through it, and you feel a little bit of like almost like static electricity, like a minor shock when your hand goes through it.
Yeah, I'm gonna violently attack it again. Why not?
Okay.
I'm mad. I'm calling it all kinds of names. That's a nat 20, but
you definitely feel like you just put your hand through it, and you still don't really feel like anything happened.
That's okay. That's satisfying.
Okay. There is one that is buzzing around Harley that kind of like swoops down, and sort of like you see the electricity come off, and you kind of turn away and dodge away from it, and it misses you. The other one violently attacks back after being pummeled. will violently attack back with a 16 to hit against Ushun.
Yeah.
For 5 more electrical damage. And these two seem to be, flying around trying to attack you. You don't notice any more of these blinking lights approaching.
Kill it with fire!
Back to you, Harley. Top of the order.
Okay, I'll try to finish that.
Okay.
So it's 22 and 26 to
Yes.
hit.
Hit and a hit. Roll damage.
Oh crap, it's 9 and 5.
The 9. Oof, nope, not quite. They both hit and they both seem to do damage. Sparks fly off once again. Syllar, you're up.
Yeah. Is there still a cup on the remains of the fire?
Yes, there's a little bit of fire left. Harley, it
there's
just
still a cup of water on there.
Yes.
Is it within range to grab the cup of water and try and hose it down over one of those sparklies?
Absolutely.
I'll give that a try.
Please tell me if you roll a 1, because then you are going to spray boiling hot water on Harley.
Oh, it's actually a net 20.
Okay. You succeed in throwing boiling hot water at this thing, and it kind of stops in the air, and sparks fly, and then it sort of like flies back and a little bit further away from you guys, but you don't know that it actually did any damage.
So it didn't short circuit?
It did not. No, it did not. All right. Angler, you're up.
I'll do the only thing I can do and throw a psionic dagger at the closest one.
Okay.
9 to hit.
Nope. It deftly dodges the psionic dagger. Ushun.
I keep calling it all kinds of very, very, very bad names. And
you know what? Make a intimidation roll.
Okay, I just rolled a nat 20, so that's 23.
It does not attack you. It flies away from you, and it flies towards Syllar instead.
Well, I'm going to chase it.
Okay. It's flying really fast.
Well, I'm going to get up to Syllar at least. And wherever it goes next, I'm gonna try to smash it with my fist.
Okay. It flies towards Syllar. You swat at it, and it seems to move out of the way. It misses Syllar. Harley, 23 to hit. Ooh, for 11 lightning damage.
Okay. That hurts.
And it's your turn.
Oh, I'll blast that bastard. Okay, that's not good. It's 9 and 14.
Miss and a miss. Syllar, you're up.
I'm gonna try and defend and stuff, and meanwhile grab my poison of healing from my belt and guzzle it down.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for your potion.
It's 3 and a 2 is 5, 7. Not much, but I'll take it.
Okay. You're still taking defensive action?
Yep.
Okay. All right, Angler, you're up.
We're gonna try this again. Run her back. And throw another psionic dagger.
All right.
I will hit this thing. I rolled a 10.
Nope. Ushun, you're up.
Okay, so that one's scared of me. I'm going to go over to the one that's menacing Harley.
Yes. It's
I'm
very
call-
persistent.
It's what?
It's very persistent. Like it keeps dive bombing Harley.
Okay, I'm going to make some comments about its parentage and stuff like that. I've got and I'm going to swat at it. I've got a 13 and a 19.
19 hits.
Yeah, and it's non-magical, so
You swat at it and continue to intimidate this one.
yeah.
All right, let's see. First attack is going to be with disadvantage against Syllar, and that is a miss. Second attack will be on Ushun, and that is a 11, which
Misses.
yeah, you have unarmored defense, so that misses. All right, Harley, you're up.
Oh, leave me alone, you bastard. Okay. Again, 10 and 19.
19 is a hit. Roll damage.
Okay. Ooh. That's 9.
That is enough to kill another one. There is only one remaining, and it is flitting around your camp, desperately trying to shock you. And that brings us to Syllar. Still defensive?
Still defensive.
Okay.
Nothing I can really do.
You're kind of avoiding it, ducking, weaving. Angler, this is your big chance, man.
I'm going for gold. I'm using a different dice.
All right.
That's 13.
Total?
Yeah.
Nope. You send a knife out into the air. It ducks and dives. Ushun, are you still trying to swat at it, or are you just trying to avoid it?
No, I am making even more egregious remarks about whatever I can.
Okay.
I'm full on.
You are aggressively yelling at it. It is going to attack. That is a 24 to hit for 9 more lightning damage, Ushun.
Oh, well, I swat at it too, but that doesn't matter, does it?
No.
Okay, 9 more.
All right, Harley, you're up. There's one left.
I'll try to finish it with both blasts.
Okay, blast. Roll out. Roll away.
Okay. It's 8 and 18.
18 and 8. 2 misses.
Oh.
Syllar is ducking, dodging, defensive. Angler, you're up.
One of my last 2. We're gonna go for natural 1.
Another psionic knife flies, barely missing once again. Or maybe not barely missing, significantly missing. Ushun, do you continue to try to intimidate it and shame it?
Yeah, I am, but now I'm being more defensive. I'm going to try to dodge out of its way.
Okay, defensive action. All right, here we go. With disadvantage, a 22 and a 21.
Ah,
so it has to take the lower of those two, which is the 21, which still hits, even though you were deftly dodging, but you only take 5.
All
Top
right.
of the order, Harley.
You know the drill.
Roll away.
It's 14 and 20.
20 is a hit. Roll damage.
7.
There we go. Boom! It explodes into a bright shower of sparks. And as you kill the last of these flitting phantasmal creatures, all of the bright lights that they had created that were shining around in this swampy area are all gone. And it is once again dark, dark, dark nighttime in the swamp.
Okay, everyone.
What the hell was that?
You can make an Arcana check.
I don't know. Just go to sleep.
It's 9 on Arcana.
Mm,
Not knowing much.
not sure. Harley, what else do you guys do now that you're all awake?
I am swearing profusely, calling all these guys names because they're the only ones there, and saying, "This is the second time I've been interrupted. I am down to 12 hit points. I don't like this. You," and then I curl up in my bedroll and I keep grumbling.
I'll tug her, snuggling.
Now, I will say this, other than Harley, you guys were all kind of disoriented, right? Because you were all sleeping when this attack came. So Harley was the only one that kind of saw this coming down.
Yeah.
Like that occurs to you as you were abruptly awoken from your sleeps. That you're not sure how this happened, where these came from.
This moment, I don't care. I'm hurt bad.
I usually sleep. Everyone should sleep.
I need to finish my rest as well.
Yeah,
I'm going to be useless otherwise.
We're gonna look to Harley and tell him to go to sleep.
No, don't worry, man.
I'll take the watch.
No, don't worry. I'll just sit down and relax, and I'll be okay. Take a nap. You know? Take a nap. You're a good birdie. Take a nap.
So Ushun goes back to sleep. Syllar, you go back into your trance.
Yeah, just curl up in my bedroll and...
Okay. Angler going back to sleep.
Yeah, I'll scoot closer to Harley.
Okay. Harley.
Tap him.
Harley, you staying awake or are you going to sleep as well?
Well, I'll stay awake, but I'll just sit down and look into the darkness.
Okay.
Just take a short rest.
Okay. The next 4 hours pass by uneventfully. And the sun is starting to rise. Those of you who were able to accumulate enough rest time gain the benefits of a long rest. This would be, well, Harley had acquired his long rest from the first 2 shifts. Syllar, you managed to trance long enough to gain the benefits of a long rest. Ushun needs to sleep another couple hours, and Angler, you will have completed your long rest. So I'm going to say it's about 5 in the morning. The sun is just starting to rise a little bit over the swamp, but the swamp is still covered in fog, and it is still pretty cold. And you are out of fuel once again for your fire. What do you do?
I'll just look over to Syllar, tap him, and be like, "Let's go get some firewood." My board.
Yep. Okay.
Might occur to you that there's a backpack that has been uninspected.
How are you, or where are you searching? North, south, east, or west?
Go west.
Okay. Go ahead and make survival checks.
18. I
You
can do
find-
something.
You find actually what looks like maybe a tree that had died, and a couple of the branches had cracked off, but they cracked off, and instead of falling into the water, they were just kind of like hanging from like just the barest bit of wood. So you kind of pull these chunks off, and they're still relatively dry. What'd you get, Syllar?
Oh, that's me. I got a 6 on survival.
Okay. So Angler finds some wood, and about a half an hour later, you guys returned. You start feeding the wood to the fire. Harley, are you resting for the last couple hours to complete your long rest?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So you long rest. A couple hours go by. It's now like 7 in the morning, so the sun is coming up. Everybody can see now at this point. And
Did I get all my hit points back?
well, yeah. So by 7 in the morning, basically, you all have achieved your long rest in some form or another. Though you took damage the night before, I'm going to say that you're able to recuperate your hit points. And moreover, those of you who have features and traits that require a long rest, you have recuperated your spells and abilities. So, morning has arrived. There are no decreases in the amount of bugs and mosquitoes and flies, but it is morning, and you can see. What would you like?
Anything
Hey,
happened through the night other than these lightning bugs harassing us?
Oh, Angler didn't tell you?
Tell us what.
Oh, he woke me up and pointed to the sky, gave me the spyglass, and I saw the dragon flying south. And so I decided that I would head off alone up north toward the fortress. You guys, I couldn't bother you guys. You were sleeping and trancing. So I left Angler here to watch you guys, and I went up north, and there was a thicker patch of fog closer into the fortress. And I took 2 steps in. I was marking the trail, and I met this lizard folk. He said his name was Viz. He told me that it was dangerous to be there, and I told him, yeah. And he says, don't come at night, come during the day. He was very insistent about that. And I tried to tell him that, look, I'm just scouting around. I'm not gonna, the dragon has left, but he didn't really understand, And after he insisted I go back, I came back. And then the rest of the night happened.
All right. Did anyone see the dragon fly back?
Good question. No.
Nobody was paying attention? Harley?
Yeah.
Well, I was paying attention, but then those sparkly thingies attacked
Lightning bugs?
Yeah.
I wonder if the dragon didn't head down to Flan.
Let's hope not.
All right. So if we go to his lair, we're not sure if he'll be there or not. Interesting.
Well, we were told it's better during the day, and maybe we'll meet up with some lizard men who would likely show us around.
He wasn't that malicious towards you?
Not until he found out that we wanted to be here we were here to kill the dragon.
Okay. So we might, if we come across them, we might be able to convince them to help us?
Yeah. I guess I can be the face for if we meet any lizard men. They know that the one knows my name.
All right.
That's good to know.
Yep.
They may show us around.
Yeah.
Maybe a tour.
Well, they don't. He had very broken common, and does anyone speak lizard folk or draconic or anything like that?
No. Not sure if they would know Undercommon, but
Well, they might. I didn't try orc with them.
No, don't worry. We'll see when we meet them, if we meet them.
So are we gonna... Have you contacted Murmur?
Well, actually, no, I'll try. Murmur, are you there?
Yes, Master. I am here. I am on my way, and I am close now. I have been flying almost non-stop.
Good. What about the soldiers?
Master, I believe I will be in the Moonwatch Hills very soon. Perhaps in a matter of 20 or 30 minutes, and I will tell you when I arrive.
Great. Keep me informed.
Master.
Yes.
As I flew last night, not more than an hour ago, as the sun was rising, there was a dragon. I do not think he saw me because I have been flying lower to the ground, and he was far, far up in the clouds. But I spotted him flying past me. He flew at a much greater speed than I.
I presume he's heading towards us.
No, Master. He was heading south in the same direction as I.
Okay. Oh, shoot.
He was heading towards the same direction I was, Master, but he was much higher in the sky, and he flew much faster than me.
Well, if you find obliterated army, we know what that was for. Make haste, my friend.
Yes, Master.
We'll see. Okay. The dragon headed the same way as the Murmur did. Murmur's not there yet. He flew all night. In about a half an hour, he should be there, but if the dragon knew about our plot, he may pretty much wipe out all our forces just before they reach us.
Or was he showing the soldiers back?
Well, he was not even there yet.
Not even in Melbot yet?
Well, not even at the edge of the Moon Hills. He's very slow, you know.
Yeah.
He's very little.
Okay, well.
Like a winged puppy.
Orc brain hurt.
With the venom stinger, you know.
How are my socks and my boots doing?
They're nice and dry, toasty.
Good. Oh, that feels good.
Okay, gang. Who's ready to search some dragon lair?
Is it your intent to pack up your camp and head north?
I don't know if
I'm already backing.
You seem a little too excited for that, Bill.
Not much practice rolling up on my bedroll.
I don't know. I just wish I
We
knew.
get over. Or look for the lizard folk.
I just wish I knew what was happening with the force that's being sent our way, but at least we know that the dragon isn't in his lair.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I think we should just go to the fortress as best we can.
Let's head there. We may have another army if we'll be a little bit more persuasive.
Yeah, we'll see.
Maybe we'll run into those lizard folk and talk some more with them, and maybe if we can try to get them to join us.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
Lay in ambush, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
maybe. I don't know.
So, who's for an adventure?
I'll lead you back the way I went, more carefully, avoiding the big puddles of water.
Okay, let's go. It will be fun. The dragon's not even there.
Take a gulp or two of water.
It tastes gross, but you don't get sick.
Yeah, munch on some jerky or whatever I got.
Okay, so you're packing up camp and heading north?
Yeah.
All right. You guys break down your camp and pack up your stuff. And as you start to head north, the sun is rising, and it's already starting to warm up to be another hot, humid day in the swamp. And that, my friends, is where we'll end this episode of the Moonsea Adventures. Thanks for tuning in, and stick around for the next episode. As always, we appreciate your support. We'll see you next time.
Well, hello, and welcome to Blayne Allen World. I am Wizzy, the Wizard. I'm back once again to remind you to subscribe and click on the notifications button, and also watch videos that are over there. Tune in to the next episode of whatever show you are just watching, and watch other shows featuring Bill. He made me say that because he's a narcissist. Okay, bye.